Perfect. Okay.
Finally, finally.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. Well, hello, I'm Sarina Tirado. I'm the Senior Regional Sales Manager for North America. It is my pleasure to be hosting this call today. I want to first, because some of you are probably saying, where's Katie? We thought Katie was going to host this call. Well, because we're all going virtual and we're changing everything, we cannot be at two places at the same time. So she apologizes for not being on the call, but she sends her love and she wants everybody to stay safe and healthy and keep growing those businesses from home, which is the beautiful thing about this business. So today we're going to be talking about the Y Jeunesse, the wellness and health for you series that we have created to empower you, give you knowledge about our products, the science, the benefits of them. But the beautiful thing is that we're inviting our advisory board doctors on our call so they can come to you and explain directly from our doctors. So it's my pleasure tonight to have Dr. Vincent Giampapa on the call. He has been nominated for the Nobel Prize on Anti-Aging. He has done amazing work also with stem cell research. And it's just an honor to have you on our call. Dr. Giampapa, welcome, welcome.
Well, it's my pleasure, and sorry for the delay in the internet here, but we're all good now.
Okay, great. And then we also have our amazing Zen co-creator, Mark Macdonald. Mark, I've been seeing you like every single day since this whole thing started. And it's amazing because your energy just refuels my system. So it's amazing to have you on the call. And thank you for taking more time to be with us.
I'm so excited. Dr. G and I have been traveling the world talking about the combo power of AM, PM, and Zen. So it was an honor to come on with the man himself, the legend that we know as Dr. Giampapa. And Zarina, we know that you have, you're so famous now that you're just Zarina. So it's an honor to be on here with you. So let's just keep it going. I love all the excitement in the chat. So keep that chat going throughout this whole Zoom.
Look, we have Mark and Tammy from Southern California. Great. And people from Nebraska. So it's great. So Dr. Giampapa,
I think we lost him again. Zarina. I'll start.
Okay, so everyone, we're here tonight because we want to talk about how the AM, PM, and the Zen products put together when you take them both, the lines of the products, they get your body to react better and to receive better all the benefits, right, from the product. So Mark and Dr. Giampapa have been working together. So can you tell us a little bit about what's been going on with that?
Yeah, so first off, everyone, Dr. G's having some internet challenges. He was on, I think, for 20 minutes before we started. And the moment we start, he keeps getting bumped off. So we live in a virtual world right now. So everyone, he will be back on, so you will hear from him. Until then, I'm going to talk a little bit about what we've done together with Zen and AMPM. I love the chat going on right now. I love that Joe Kelman's on. I love Adam and Ashley's on. I love all of our friends. So make sure you're active in that chat. We'll be answering questions. And this is really about the synergy of why AMPM is so powerful of a product, how the AM portion really helps create energy and focus in the morning. And then the sleep portion really focuses on repair and getting into that deep sleep that your body needs. And probably a year and a half ago, Dr. G and I were flying on a plane together, and he pulled out this box of pills, like it was like a pharmacist arena. And we just started talking about the power of what we do and how we can make a difference together and really the synergy of it. So when we think about the power of Zen, and I'm just going to kind of show a visual right here. This is a good screenshot right here where you're looking at that you're going to have your layer one, which is going to be your whole food, right, from this perspective. And that whole food is that foundation. That's the protein, fats, and carbohydrates you're eating. And I just want everyone to remember that your macronutrients, your protein, fats, and your carbs are the only nutrients that create ATP within your body. So right here, this is the food that's going to create ATP. And that's the premise of why we created Zen. Your layer two is that when you're in a jam, when things are tight, who has time to make 5 or 6 meals a day, you have these gap filler foods. That's why Zen Fuse is so crucial. And then you think about layer 3. And layer 3 are those essential and performance supplements that fill your nutritional gaps. And when we think about those essential and performance supplements, you're thinking about if you're not getting, for example, you need about 15 servings of fruits or veggies a day to get the necessary antioxidants. If you're only getting in 5 from your layer 1, then that means you're 10 short. Well, this is why Reserve was created, to provide you with the necessary antioxidants. Now, I talked about how there's 3 macronutrients that provide energy: protein, fats, and carbs. But there's 3 micronutrients: vitamins, minerals, and water. This is exactly why AM/PM was created. But it's so much more. I sat with Dr. G, talked to me how it's so much more than just a multivitamin and a multimineral, how that's part of it. But it really starts enhancing your cells from a cellular level. And what we started to see over a year and a half ago is we started following people who were living Zen and taking AM/PM and utilizing Reserve and bringing in NAR for their collagen. And we started seeing phenomenal results. That, in addition to taking Prime daily rather than just during the detox phase, and that really born us doing so much together with AM/PM and Zen. And when Dr. G was talking about this event or this Zoom, we really wanted to find a way to connect it together.
That's great. That's great. I mean, this is the beautiful thing about our Y.E.S system. You know, they all go together in synergy. They don't, on the contrary, I think they maximize anything or any benefit that the product will bring to you. So, I mean, I've always heard from Dr. G that when you take AM/PM, any other of our products, like you said, Reserve, Nara, Mind, Descent, they will all be absorbed better into your system. And yes, I have seen that image of so many pills that you will be buying and spending so much money when you can take just 2 pills a day, AM and 2 PM, and that's enough to make sure that you're taking all of the nutrients and supplements that you need. We know that sometimes we go into the diet and we're worried, like, Mark, what can we do to make sure that we're having the right amount of vitamin C or D? So if they're taking at least AM/PM, it does help, right? If they're going into a diet or, if they're going into a new.
It's massive. So in my first book in 2011, Body Confidence, I talked about a health structure. There's 6 pieces to it: sleep, food, fitness, exercise, sleep, food, fitness, supplementation, water, and stress management. Sleep was number 1. And that's why PM, I take 3 PM every single night. I have it right here with me. Yeah, I love my AM, but I love me my PM. And that's when we talk about the synergy. Let me share our Zen 28 booklet here and how they all kind of work together. So if I go here and I go right to, this is the booklet, and these are really the 6 products, and I'll kind of show how they all systematically go together, just from a high level perspective. Think about Zen Fuse as balance. It's designed to help balance your body. Your Zen Prime is to optimize your digestion. Your Zen Shape is to help balance your appetite and improve or increase or give your metabolism a bit of a boost. Your Reserve is really designed, as the Y.E.S system talks about, enhancing your cells. Defending your cells. That's with the antioxidants to neutralize free radicals. And then your AM/PM is designed to enhance your cells. The trace vitamins and minerals that you need to function. Those are essential for life. But then it goes even deeper, and I'm going to talk about how it synergistically works, whatever your goal, whether you want to build muscle, burn body fat, how AM/PM from a neural perspective will help for that, and a cellular. And then NARA, of course, as we transform, whatever our goal is, whatever we sit right now in the world, we all want to live a healthier life. I did a call with Mark and Tammy Smith, and Mark and Tammy are fit and strong. And I know that they're always on it. That's why NARA is so good, because even though they're tightening up or they're losing body fat or getting stronger, you want your skin to evolve with your body. And that's why we involved the NARA aspect. And probably a 7th product that could be part of this would be Revita Blue, which I love from a stem cell perspective. But to answer your question, Zarina, this is kind of how it all looks like. You think about in the morning, you want to really focus on your AM essentials. And that's when Dr. G talking to him, it's always about energy and focus for your AM. And that's going to really give your body that jump start. So it's not just a multivitamin or a mineral. There's plenty of those throughout the world. It helps enhance your body, enhance your cells. So you start off with your AM. You start off with the Reserve, which defends your cells. So now from a cellular perspective, you're filling that gap, as I talked about those 3 layers of nutrition. You then move into optimizing digestion, helping to balance appetite, and then helping balance your body to fill those nutritional meal gaps. You're then eating your protein, fats, and carbs. So these are your macronutrients. You're getting your micronutrients with your AM essentials. You then repeat with your mid-afternoon. And then we really move, and let me just clear here, and I see Dr. G
got
back,
Dr. D
which is
back.
great.
I'm
And then we
back.
move right here to the PM essentials. And this is what Dr. G and I talked about from a sleep and repair perspective. It is incredible because you have you have your 4 steps of sleep. You're going to have your light sleep, your deep sleep, and then you dive right into your REM sleep. And the combination of how PM helps position that better for your body and optimize your sleep in a shorter period of time has been the greatest thing that I've experienced. And Zarina, to answer your question before we go right back to Dr. G, is when you sleep better, you release more growth hormone. When you release more growth hormone, you burn more fats. When you sleep better, your metabolism works better. You digest better. When you sleep better, you have more energy. Your stress levels are improved. This is why everything systematically is focused on the quality of your sleep. And that to me was AM, PM, and the combination of the Zen program with AM, PM is off the chart.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Mark. You know what, Dr. Giampapa, you're going to have to like hire Mark as like your psychic doctor because he's like amazing explaining the medical or the science part of our products. So he did a great job, but welcome back. So what can you tell us about AMPN that people really want to learn?
Well, I think that, one of the most important things is, we are in very trying times right now on a global basis. And one of the things I really wanted to stress today was the importance of the combination of both the Zen products and AM/PM. Because right now we're all looking at not only keeping our cells in optimal shape with the right nutrition and food, but how can we optimize our immune function? And one of the things that we really wanted to talk about tonight was the fact that to maintain a strong immune function, you need to have the right amount of protein and the right types of protein to make antibodies. You need to be able to decrease the inflammation in your body because that's what certain viruses and bacteria love. And you also need to get enough sleep because without sleep, your immune function doesn't work optimally. So when we look at AM/PM and we look at the Zen product line, we have the perfect combination of ingredients, not just to age optimally and have our cells function well, but to actually help maintain an immune function that's optimum. And with Zen protein, with the Zen Fuse, we have the right types of protein, along with the other things Mark just talked about, the right food, rest, and sleep. We get those other aspects from AM/PM, which helps us get better sleep. It helps us repair our DNA, and it also dramatically cuts the inflammation down. So when it comes to trying times like we are all in right now, I think the secret is a combination of the right products from Jeunesse, and even, for instance, Vita Blue, which helps release more stem cells. Those stem cells help boost your immune function as well. So we're really today talking a little bit more about not only functioning optimally and keeping an ideal body composition, but how do we boost our immune function? So Mark, maybe you want to make a few comments about the special type of proteins in Zen Fuse and things in Zen Prime. For instance, prebiotics and probiotics are what's essential to keep our intestines working well. And most of our antibodies and immune function are located in our intestines. So the combination of these products really, really create the ideal environment inside our body for us to stay healthy in normal times, but particularly now. Mark, you want to make a comment on what's special?
Yeah, I love that, Dr. G. And when we talk about just everyone, when you think about your digestion, I want everyone to just kind of stand up where you are right now. And I want you to kind of look at your body. And let me pull up actually a digestive chart here. So as you're standing up, let me get this digestive chart up so you can see this. Okay, give me 1 second as I bring this up. And I just want to walk you through how your body works. And then Dr. G can come on in as well. So as I share my screen, when we were talking about the pre and probiotics, this is your body, and you are what you metabolize. You are what you digest. So we keep thinking about that. Remember, 360 central nutrients. Your macros are your protein, fats, and carbs, your P, your F, and your C. And then your micros are going to be your vitamins, your minerals, and your water. So the combination of Zen and AM PM, specifically Zen Fuse, AM PM, and Zen Prime, really optimize this entire system. And you have two types of digestion. You have mechanical digestion, which is going to be all of these muscles, your organs, this all smooth muscle that kind of churns food. And then you're going to have your chemical digestions. And we talk about with AM PM how you have the pro and prebiotics in the combination of Fuse, which also has the probiotics. The probiotics are live bacteria that helps your large intestine work properly. So when we think about your large intestine, it's right here. And this helps everything turn, so you metabolize food a lot better. Now, prebiotics fuel probiotics. So prebiotics actually feed the probiotics to make them all happy, so things move more efficiently. Now, in your stomach, you need enzymes to break down protein. So carbs start being broken down in your mouth, protein starts being broken down in your stomach, and then you kind of think about fat has a combination of bile from the gallbladder and within the small intestine. So what we did with Zen Prime is we created a digestive enzyme blend that helps break down your proteins, fats, and carbohydrates to their simplest form to optimize your digestion. We created a double protein fusion, a fast-acting and slow-acting protein with Zen Fuse, which stays in your system longer. The combination of the probiotics, everything moves synergistically together. And then you throw on top of that the power of AM with the energy and the focus and all of the cellular activities of AM, as well as the quality of PM with those cellular activities. But in addition, the sleep complex, that's how you're optimizing your digestive system, which in turn helps your body work efficiently.
That is amazing. That is so great. So, Giampapa, I know that what Mark was also saying, I know that in the past I've heard distributors say, like, I don't take PM really. I only take AM because it gives me that energy I need, but the PM, I really don't need it. I sleep okay. So what can you say about the need to take the PM?
Yes. So, AM, PM have been designed as a system, okay, to work together. Now, yes, certain people just take AMs or PMs, but they're not getting the full benefit of the system and the science behind the product. You see, the PM at night, the PM product has a number of other things that the AM product doesn't have, and particularly certain types of amino acids that really help regulate hormonal release, help balance our hormonal systems, as well as help put us into deeper and longer sleep patterns. Aside from that, PM also has the digestive enzymes that we were just talking about that AM also has. But the secret here is to keep your nutritional status stable throughout the day. And when you're sleeping, you need optimal nutrition for the cellular repair process to be able to work optimally. So if you're not taking PM, you're not really getting the building blocks of the amino acids, the nutrients that work with the amino acids to help with that cellular repair process. And you're also not getting the help to help balance or restore, for instance, the release of specific hormones, like Mark said, growth hormone, like keeping the cortisol levels lower and increasing, for instance, in the early morning, your DHEA levels. All of these things have been designed into this product to help restore hormonal balance, cellular repair in the evening. And that's what's inside those tablets. So I tell anyone who says they sleep fine, still use the PM tablets, because you're going to notice an enhanced sense of well-being.
Great. So it's not sleep fine, it's sleep phenomenal, right? So I hear, like,
right.
That's how I see the synergy. If I sleep good, then, like, I don't wake up, I don't retain that much, like, water. So if I'm going into the detox and I'm also taking the Zen, right, Mark, then it will work better because I'm taking both products and they both help me, do that good detox, right?
Serena, it goes right back, and Dr. G, this is what I opened when we talked. It goes right back to this layer. I just want everyone, because I love the chat, so keep asking questions in the chat. But you really have to think, so everyone's got to think about their body right now. You know what? Obviously, these are challenging times, but the amazing thing about right now is that, and I have a blog coming out tomorrow that I wrote, and Dr. G's got an incredible blog that he wrote that's coming out. And I just said, why your health matters now. And, this is a wake-up call for everybody, because you can't wait any longer because this virus, these challenges took everyone by surprise. So you have to be ready consistently. So you kind of have to think about your body as a tower. And this is what I love. This is my tower. So I'm consistently thinking about what's my whole food. This is why we launched Zen. What am I eating? And as I've traveled with Dr. G, you know, Dr. G won't tell you his age, but man, the guy's like a warrior. Like he's like a superhero to me. One of my best friends in the world. And he's one of my greatest inspirations. I mean, his mind, honestly, when Dr. G talks, we're talking to one of the greatest minds in the world. And that it's so cool. But I watch him eat, and we have breakfast together all the time. Every time we're traveling together. And it's always about the Whole Food Foundation. And this is why we made Fuse. But Zarina, answer your question. You have to make sure wherever you're missing these gaps, and we're all missing gaps, we're all missing parts of our foundation, we have to use products. Products not to just take, but products designed with the purpose to fill your gaps from that perspective. And that's where you want to think about, where are you short? What aren't you getting? And, you know, a great thing is my wife, Abby, has digestive challenges. So she needs to take extra prebiotics, extra probiotics, extra enzymes. These are all things that when you have a challenge, you have to improve upon. And then one more thing what Dr. G said, this is another one, Dr. G, just from a sleep side. This is why we're so aligned. And as Dr. G was saying, these are your stages of sleep. Yeah. You start in stage 1 and 2 in light sleep. And this is anyone with kids, you know that after 90 minutes, if you make noise in the house, your kid's up. And like they're just taking on. This is why, because this sleep is useless. It doesn't do anything for you. When you use your REM sleep, when you like hit your snooze button and you think like you're still going to get some sleep, it's useless sleep after you hit your snooze button because you can never get to your deep sleep again. So keep thinking about stage 3 and stage 4 are your deep sleep. This is your body repair. This is why with PM, it's all about repairing. It's why when I partnered with Jeunesse, it was like the most powerful product I've ever used because I loved it so much. Because from a sleep perspective, it doesn't make me groggy and it helps me get deeper. And then the REM, think about REM sleep as a file cabinet. Like every day you go to sleep, your brain has to file everything. And this is why REM is so important. And then this cycle repeats itself. So to win with your sleep, it's how many of these 90-minute cycles you can get in. And it could be 100 minutes, 110 minutes. Dr. G can talk more about that. But this is why you don't want to sleep with the TV on. This is why you don't want to have the light on because it inhibits your sleep hormone. These are all the little things that make a difference. But PM helps this process go more synergistic. And maybe, Dr. G, you can talk about that. Because I think if people can understand the sleep cycles and how PM, because we have so many people taking sleep meds, we'd rather have the world use PM rather than sleep meds.
Yeah, so let me make a quick comment, Mark, and that's a real good point. You know, what we found out in more recent research is that if you're not getting 7 hours of sleep a night, and that includes deep sleep, which you should be getting a good portion of that, you are 7 times more prone to end up with immune deficiency, cardiovascular disease, and even cancer. So it's not just getting sleep, it's getting into deep sleep. And to me, one of the most important things is that we improve our sleep, even though we're all getting older and we usually lose the ability to sleep. The secret here is to focus on sleep. And I think, and during sleep and deep REM is when cellular repair occurs. Our DNA is restored. Our hormonal balance is again adjusted. And if we don't get that 7 hours plus get deep sleep, we're not really going to be in optimal shape from a health point of view or from an energy point of view to focus as the day begins. And with that, I just want to make one other comment about the food. And Mark was talking about gaps in our food. You know, as we age also, our intestines become less efficient, okay, at digesting carbohydrates, proteins, and fats. And that's due to a drop in digestive enzymes like amylase, protease, lipases that we normally produce at ideal levels until we're in our mid-40s. Once we hit our mid-40s, those key digestive enzymes that will digest our macronutrients, our carbohydrates, proteins, and fats, which we need our proteins to make antibodies. We need our fats for energy storage and for energy inside our cells. But if we don't get all of the nutrient value from our food. That's the exact reason why we need a product like AMPM, which helps us fill in those nutritional gaps with the key compounds, vitamins, minerals, plant extracts that our body has been designed to work on. And then on top of that, since our digestive enzyme complexes aren't ideal, we need to have additional protein that's easily digestible, but not just protein that we absorb and then utilize. We need time-released protein. And I want to ask Mark to make a few comments about what's special about Zen Fuse's protein, the protein capacity, and how that combination of protein works.
I love that, Dr. G. And just to reinforce what Dr. G just said, I got another chart I want to share. And I love, this is why in Canada and around the world, we have a Zen Prime and an AMPM pack right here, because both of these make your digestive system work. And just so, this is all about education, because remember, it's not, you need to use this product just to use the product. You got to learn why. So when Dr. G talked about amylase, that's your enzyme that helps break down carbohydrates in the mouth. Pepsin really starts breaking down protein. And as we talked about, these are going to be what's going to really help start emulsifying fat. But this is your hydrochloric acid in your stomach. This is why you have fat in every meal, because fat inhibits the release of hydrochloric acid, so it slows down digestion. That's why we talk about PFC. This is why you never want to eat your carbohydrates first. If you're having carbs, because your body starts breaking down sugar immediately. And remember, all carbs, whether it's fruits, whether it's candy, whether it's broccoli, whether it's brown rice, all get broken down to sugar. The only exception being fiber would not be broken down. That's going to be eliminated, but it doesn't get processed as sugar. But everything gets broken down. So when you get older, and even younger, but definitely older, like as we age a little bit, you want to make sure Zen Prime, this is why people take Prime daily now, because the combination of AMPM and Zen Prime really fills your digestive enzyme gaps to optimize your body. Yep. And then on top of that, if we kind of move to, and someone just had a great question, Dr. G, about the casein. So let me talk about Fuse real quick here. When you think about Fuse, and I'm going to share the whiteboard, you look at protein. And it all starts, so many of you say, when we're doing a non-dairy, a plant-based, I promise you we have an awesome formula we're working on in Zen Fuse plant-based. But until then, I want to be very clear on why we made Zen Fuse the way it is. In my 20 plus years in the industry, it's the greatest shake I've ever had the opportunity to be part of to make, because it's a fusion. So Zen is balanced, Fuse is the fusion of protein. You have fast-acting protein. So when you make muscles, whey protein feeds that muscle. But then we added a micellar casein. Now, someone said that casein causes inflammation, but we're talking about whole casein is harder for the body to break down, not micellar casein, completely different. It's already in the digestive format. So what micellar casein helps with the true cell, it slows down the rate of digestion. So when we talk about your goal in life is to help balance your blood sugar, this is why you have protein, fats, carbs. This is why you're eating consistently. This is what you want to do. The whole goal is to make sure that you have the right nutrients of protein, fats, and carbs and the right protein blend to help keep your body in balance. This is why we created Fuse. Now, there's no claims on Fuse. We're not saying that at all, but it's understanding the quality of protein you eat. You want a fast-acting and a slow-acting. And then in addition with Fuse, you have the 5 strains of probiotics. You have the 5 grams of fiber. So Fuse with the Prime plus AMPM gives you the digestion punch that you need to win with your body.
That is great. One question
So Mark, let me make
Giampapa. Some people are asking,
yeah,
like, where can they find all of the ingredients in the AMPM? And I know in the bottle, when they open the back part, they can see all of them. But I've noticed that we have like different categories of like, you know, what it has. Can you tell us a little bit about those categories on the AMPM?
Sure. So, you know, AMPM has a vitamin mineral category, which is really only about 20% of what's in the formula. And that allows you to get your basic nutritional needs, your minimum daily requirements. AMPM has product categories that help, for instance, produce energy in the level of the mitochondria. We need energy to, we need these key ingredients so our cells can create the ATP, which then drives our nuclear genetics, so that the nucleus in our cell can produce the proteins and things that are essential for that cell to survive, but also, for instance, immune function. We also have categories in there that help with stem cells, okay? And for instance, there's ingredients that help stem cells maintain their function longer, and in general help stem cells function more optimally. There's other categories in there, for instance, that are DNA repair compounds. Now, one of the things that we find out that's more and more important as we do research is if we can keep the damage to our DNA less than it normally would be, what happens is our cells not only function better, they function longer. So we don't use up our cellular reserve and use up our stem cell pool as quickly as we might if we continue to have DNA damage. And lastly, there's ingredients in there, and one of the most important combination of ingredients is to help limit inflammation in our body. So the more inflammation we have, the more likely we are to have age-related disease processes. And the secret here is to keep our inflammation load in our body low. And again, getting back to the present situation, one of the things that viruses and bacteria, particularly viruses, love is an environment that's full of inflammation. That allows them to make copies or replicate themselves more frequently and more quickly. So these are things that, taken together, help create an ideal environment for cells to thrive and invaders not to thrive. So again, the science behind AM/PM, there's 2 tablets. There's over 70 ingredients that are combined in those 2 tablets to work in synergy with those ingredients, but also to work in synergy with the other Jeunesse products, for instance, ZenFuse and ZenPrime. So this is a concept that you'll find in no other company and no other MLM, because they haven't thought about how important it is for products to work in harmony with each other in order to get a more enhanced benefit to the people who are using them.
I love that. I love that. And one of the reasons why I asked that is because I have made sure that I open that back label and look at everything that is in there. So I encourage a lot of the distributors to go, to the back, really read it, because that's how they're gonna, when they're standing up in front of a group or trying to present the products. I don't like it when they say, oh, this is a supplement, this is a vitamin. No, it's so much more than that. And that's why it's so good to hear the DNA repair, how it does like all of that in your system. And it's great. Thank you so much for sharing that, Mark. Thank you so much.
Irene, can I ask Dr. G one more question?
Yes, yes.
So Dr. G, when we were in Hong Kong University, you talked about a study done. So there's some questions about like stem cells. And I know there's a great video about AM/PM. Can you tell everyone about that study that was done that yes. I know you did? You did it. So Dr. G did. I've seen breakouts before. Dr. G had a 5,000 person breakout. Like I've never seen a breakout of 5,000 people. It was crazy. It was like the day before the event. And then Dr. G, and after the event, we're walking through the airport, and every step someone was running up to hug Dr. G. And like, it was the best. But I love the study that you talked about, and also just that video that if everyone just jumped on the Zoom, there's an awesome AM/PM video. It's a couple minutes, great to share. So maybe you can talk about those 2 things.
Yeah, sure. So, one of the things we wanted to look at with what are the actual effects of AM/PM on stem cells, and perhaps are the ingredients that really can help us live a longer, more healthier life. So the genes that are involved in living a longer life are referred to the sirtuin genes, and those genes, when activated, actually can help create an environment inside each one of our 300 trillion cells or 30 trillion cells to work more optimally. Okay, so we wanted to see, gee, does AM/PM help maybe activate those genes? And the other thing we wanted to really look at is there are specific genes that really can help stem cells divide more efficiently and actually morph into the different tissues we need. For instance, those genes are called ECAT and NANOG genes. So what we did is we did a study, a formal animal study, which is what the pharmaceutical companies do to test drugs. And we found out something amazing for the first time, that a nutraceutical compound actually was able to do the following. Both AMPM helped turn on the sirtuin genes, which are the genes for longevity. Both AMPM turned on the genes that help differentiate and help stem cells function more optimally. Those are the NANOG and ECAT genes. So for the first time, we actually saw evidence that AMPM goes way beyond what vitamins and minerals would do. Keep in mind, vitamins and minerals are only 20% of what the ingredients are in AMPM. And the other thing you have to keep in mind is AMPM is an evolutionary step beyond vitamins and minerals, because the other 80% of those ingredients have been chosen to specifically alter or turn down certain genes and turn up other gene activities. So this is a product that, frankly, the science behind this product is probably 15 years in the future before people really understand that natural ingredients can actually alter how certain genes are active or inactive. So when people ask you, gee, AMPM, is that a supplement? You need to tell them this is the supplement of the future. This is where supplements will be 15 or 20 years from now, and it's all based on understanding how genes get turned on and off and what genes are beneficial for that. So keep that in mind. This is a product that is really, really back from the future, so to speak.
Great. I love that. Hey, I know we can be talking forever, and a lot of people have a lot of amazing questions, but we're going to jump off because we have an opportunity call now in this same Zoom account. But let me just tell everyone, we're going to put this video on Facebook, and I really encourage all of you to go in there and on the comment box and start asking questions. We will select the best ones, and I promise you that we'll have Mark and Dr. Giampapa answer them, and then we're gonna be posting them, and we're just gonna give you, keep feeding you answers and giving you knowledge. So I wanna really thank you, Mark. Thank you, Dr. Giampapa. I mean, it's amazing. I know they can all go. I also saw Mark, and Tammy, they were like answering questions to a lot of people. So we're gonna be doing more of these series. We definitely think we need like a 2-hour series or something just on this topic. But thank you so much. Everybody take care and be safe and be healthy. Thank you.
Thank you for showing up, everybody. I love the interaction. And Dr. G,
thank you, guys.
Thanks for inspiring all of us, man.
Bye-bye.
Thanks.